the mystery of the Black Knight satellite, 13,000 years old. For centuries, our fascination with the night sky has fueled endless curiosity, inspiring myths, legends, and a relentless pursuit for knowledge beyond what is immediately visible. Among the countless mysteries orbiting above Earth, one enigma has managed to capture the imagination of both amateur skywatchers and professional astronomers alike: the legend of the Black Knight satellite. Above the swirling blue and white of our planet, in the cold vacuum beyond the uppermost wisps of atmosphere, an object, so dark, so mysterious, has reportedly circled Earth for what some claim could be an astonishing 13,000 years. Metallic and inscrutable, it is said not to bear markings from any known space agency, its origins a riddle lost to time. In the 19th century, Nikola Tesla, one of humanity's most brilliant and unconventional minds, reported a bizarre electrical anomaly while experimenting with radio signals. Tesla suggested he might have detected signals from another world, an idea the scientific community regarded with skepticism. However, these early hints of mysterious transmissions did not fade into obscurity. Instead, they found new life in the latter half of the 20th century, when the space race ignited the exhilaration and anxiety of cosmic exploration. As the Soviet Union and the United States sent missions hurtling beyond the atmosphere, scanning, mapping, and cataloging every known object orbiting our planet, reports began to surface about an unfamiliar object lingering in polar orbit. Most satellites at the time were launched into equatorial orbits, their paths tracing along the belly of the planet. Newspapers picked up on the story. In May 1954, several articles claimed that both the U.S. Air Force and Navy were monitoring an unknown satellite hurtling overhead, an oddity long before the first confirmed human-made satellites, such as Sputnik, had been launched. The reports generated public speculation, ranging from Soviet spy technology to something more otherworldly. After Sputnik's successful foray in 1957, these tales became tangled with other reports of odd signals, unidentified space debris, and sudden anomalies in orbital trajectories. The story took a dramatic turn in 1960, when the U.S. Navy detected a dark satellite on a polar orbit, again an unusual trajectory, sparking rumors and official statements. Analysts eventually attributed the object to a discarded U.S. satellite casing, but the Black Knight myth refused to fade, growing instead as new layers were added. Radio enthusiasts claimed to detect coded signals, photographic evidence was debated, and stories circulated about ancient astronomical records, noting unexplained celestial visitors. The name Black Knight satellite itself seems to have originated from a blend of these accounts: an ominous chivalric figure keeping anonymous guard, its purpose unknown, its origin story lost to the mists of an ancient past. Yet, the most provocative claims about the Black Knight satellite arise not from recent history, but from the dim corridors of ancient observation. Stories echo of civilizations gone by, long before the invention of radio or electronic tracking, appearing to catalog just such an object. Some proponents point to artifacts and myths, tales from ancient Sumer, cryptic star charts from Egypt and Babylonia, and even petroglyphs and objects unearthed in the Andes and Himalayan highlands. In their telling, the ancients recorded the arrival and passage of a metallic visitor that did not belong to the heavens as understood by their stargazers, nor to the firmament of gods and monsters. As our technology advanced, so too did the legend of the Black Knight. In the second half of the 20th century, Project Echo, Project Moonwatch, and the launch of dozens of satellites created a dense mesh of orbital pathways, each new launch cataloged meticulously by NASA and other monitoring agencies. Throughout, enthusiastic observers continued to claim sightings of the Black Knight, dark, irregular, sometimes tumbling through space, other times appearing eerily stationary, as if keeping its vigil. Among the most enduring pieces of evidence are photographs. In 1998, during the STS-88 space shuttle mission to assemble the International Space Station, astronauts released several objects during routine work. One of the photographs captured what appeared to be a jagged, black shape silhouetted against the curvature of Earth, a sight instantly seized upon by Black Knight proponents. If the Black Knight satellite truly has circled Earth for 13,000 years, as some suggest, what did it see? What purpose would it serve? spinning high above the lush cradle of human civilization through ice ages, solar cycles, and a tapestry of history. The 1998 photograph from STS-88 becomes less mysterious when understood as a drifting thermal blanket. The 1960 case, too, was ultimately attributed to the lost casing of a Discoverer mission. And yet, the legend persists. For all the rational explanations, for all the diligent cataloging and analysis, the Black Knight satellite refuses to simply vanish. Its narrative weaves together superstition, scientific mystery, and the romance of the unknown. Our place in the universe is, in the final analysis, still a matter of profound mystery. The sky above has watched us as we learn to create fire, to grow crops, to build cities, to shape metal into machines that soar and plumb the depths of the oceans. Perhaps in all our history we desire above all else to be seen, to matter to something beyond ourselves. The story of the Black Knight satellite, whether real, misunderstood, or pure legend, taps into this yearning. Let us imagine for a moment what it would mean if the Black Knight satellite were real. Picture a time 13,000 years ago, a period stretching far beyond the earliest Egyptian pyramids, before the first seeds of recorded history. The world then would have been a vastly different place. Vast ice sheets dominating the north, small clusters of humans banding together as they made sense of their world. No written language, no cities, no concept of the vastness of the universe that now sits easily in the minds of schoolchildren. Into that world, from the stars, an object arrives, purposefully inserted into orbit. It watches, waits, records. Would our ancestors have noticed it? Perhaps in the exceptional clarity of an ancient sky, untroubled by the glow of electricity or the haze of pollution, keen eyes occasionally saw a strange star, moving in ways the others did not, tracing silent paths across the night, appearing in places where no known star should be. Millennia pass. Humanity discovers fire, mathematics, the compass. Progress is incremental, then exponential. Telescopes are trained upwards, first crude, then refined. We send mechanical emissaries of our own into the void, and perhaps after so many ages, we look up to find the watcher still present, the Black Knight, silent and enigmatic, awaiting the moment when its purpose is revealed. Beyond the tangible, however, the legend of the Black Knight challenges us to keep questioning. In a world that can often seem mapped, measured, and explained, there remains room for wonder. Perhaps the object up there is nothing more than a trick of the light, a remnant of space exploration, or a piece of long-forgotten hardware. Or perhaps it is a messenger, delivering a message for those with the will and imagination to listen. In recent years, as our technology becomes ever more advanced, some have proposed new ways to search for evidence of the Black Knight satellite and its ilk. Radio telescopes now scan the heavens for technosignatures, potential signs of artificial activity, such as repeating signals or emissions incompatible with natural phenomena. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, has grown ever more sophisticated, probing deeper into the electromagnetic spectrum, examining not just the possibility of communication, but also of artifacts, objects, and debris that might not be of this earth. Researchers ask, if ancient visitors truly left technology behind, what traces could we expect? Could a satellite be built to withstand the radiation, temperature extremes, and relentless impacts of micrometeoroids in orbit for thousands of years? If so, would we be able to detect its signals, or would its message require a technological leap not yet within our grasp? The legend of the Black Knight satellite does not provide concrete answers. It functions as a parable, a test of the boundary between skepticism and belief, science and imagination, evidence and the alluring power of the unexplained. One thing remains certain: the sky belongs to all of us. Its mysteries bind together the ancient and the modern, the rational and the romantic, the known and the unknown. Whether the Black Knight satellite is an artifact of ancient engineers from another world, or a creation of 20th century technology misunderstood and mythologized, it embodies the very heart of curiosity. Its tale is one more chapter in the human adventure, played out on the grandest stage of all, the vast eternal night, where, orbiting high above, mysteries old and new glide silently, awaiting discovery.